Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about creating intentional thoughts. Now, I really want you to stop and ask yourself, what do you believe about yourself as a coach, as a mentor, as a teacher, as a leader, as an authority? What beliefs do you have about you? What are the thoughts and beliefs that you have about your people? What are the beliefs that you have about the people investing to work with you, choosing to work with you? What does that look like? What do you think about them? What do you think about your offer, the way that you work with your people, whether it's a course, a service, coaching, etc.? How are you working with your people? What do you think about that offer or that program? Now, the reason this is so important is because the results in our reality, they stem from somewhere. They stem from our emotions and our thoughts and our beliefs about any specific thing. So if you're not seeing results in your business and your offer, you want to attract more clients, or maybe you're attracting a certain type of client that ends up not really taking on what you're saying, not really being committed to the process, not really being resourceful, you can trace that back to your thoughts. What do you think about your people? Right? Or if you're getting a lot of no's on sales calls and people are saying, no, that's too expensive, that's just too much money, I don't think I can afford that. What are your thoughts about your people? Do you believe that your people are willing to invest in themselves 100% of the time? Or do you think that your prices are too expensive? Or do you think that your people are just not the type of people that invest in themselves, right? A lot of the time, these beliefs are very subconscious and they creep into our reality because of what we've taken on, what we've decided to believe, what we've kind of filled in the gaps on. But they're not 100% truth. But our mind, our bodies think they are truth. And so we end up living our lives, selling our offers, jumping on sales calls, marketing on social media with those beliefs as if it is 100% true. Now, I really want to ask you, the business, the legacy, the vision that you have for what you want to create, is that congruent with what you think about your people right now? I think this is so often overlooked because we jump straight into the action. We jump straight into wanting things to, just be go, go, go. We jump straight into so many different things that are essentially what we want to do and what we want to create right away versus what do I actually want to spend time thinking about, right? We want to see action taken. We want to do, right? We live in a very logic-focused, logic-leaning society. So everything that we jump into is very much, okay, what's the game plan? What do I do? Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, right? Very rarely do we pause and allow ourselves to go, okay, what do I actually believe about this? Yes, I'm going to post it and launch it and talk about it and sell it and jump on calls and create a couple posts and put it on my stories. That's all action, right? But what do I actually believe and think while I'm doing those things? Because I can promise you, if you're on a sales call selling your offer and the entire time your thoughts are going, nobody's going to want this, nobody's going to buy this, I'm not a good coach, I'm too new, who's going to invest in me? Oh, they're just wasting their money, right? People are going to sense something. They might not know exactly what it is that you're thinking. They might not know, oh, it's because they don't believe in their offer or they don't believe in themselves. They might not even know that. They might never know that, but they'll pick up on an energy, on a scent, right? A certain smell, a certain feeling that they sense emanating off of you that allows them to either say yes or say no. Right? Have you created that safety in order for them to say yes or no? And sometimes subconsciously, we, through our thoughts and our energy, are repelling our clients. We are the ones pushing them away because we think, oh, I'm just too new. My prices, I just raised them. Who's going to want to buy at this price point? It's too high now. Right? But you raised those prices for a reason, and you wouldn't have felt aligned to the previous price point anymore because your clients were getting results and it was no longer feeling good and juicy to you. So you had to raise them. It was in alignment for you to raise them. But now you're starting to feel the fear creep in, right? So I want to teach you what I teach my students in terms of creating intentional thoughts, intentional thinking into their business. And it starts off with thinking about their current thoughts, their thoughts today. What do you believe about your people? And then you want to write that down. You want to write down as many as you can, and you can choose a couple of main ones later. But you want to write down a couple of main ones, right? So if you're being completely honest, you might say things like, well, I believe my people don't really invest in themselves, or I believe my people are weak and they need saving. How many times have we been taught that by traditional business coaches, that our clients are weak and they need to be saved by us? That creates a really unequal coach-client relationship. Or maybe you think that your clients are maybe you think that they don't need coaching, or they're not willing to be coachable, right? So you would take all of that and you would take those thoughts and you would take those initial, beliefs that you have. And a lot of them, by the way, are very subconscious. So you just sitting here and thinking about them, they might not come up right away. You might have to give yourself some time, and you might need to give yourself a little bit of time to explore, examine what those thoughts are that are coming up. And typically you can tell what these thoughts are because you are looking at the results in your reality that have been created by those thoughts in the first place. So if you're not sure what the subconscious thought is, but you're attracting a bunch of clients that are saying maybe later on sales calls, that are going, I don't know. I need to think about it. It's too much money, right? Then that's clearly coming from some energetic aspect that you're creating internally. That if you're getting a lot of people saying maybe later, I don't know if this is the right fit for me right now. This is just too much money, right? Take a look at how you are believing that within you first, that is attracting these clients that are saying that on the sales calls, right? And you'll start to shift over time where you're talking about specific, you're shifting your intentional thoughts, and then you start to show up and you start to talk about your offer. And specifically, I was telling one of my one-on-one clients, one of her intentional thoughts was my energy is contagious. People want to be in my energy. And I told her, don't be shocked if someone messages you and says verbatim, hey, your energy has been really contagious lately. Like, you just have a glow about you. I feel so attracted to your energy. Right. And literally in one session, we worked on releasing a beta program for her to build some experience, build some confidence. And she literally sold all of the spots for those free sessions in 40 minutes, right? And this is what builds the confidence and the experience and gains those testimonials, right? Where she was telling me in the session, I don't know if people would want to work with me. I don't know how I feel, right? And literally just switching some of these in real time, some of these thoughts about her offer, about her clients, about herself. And then instantly she went to go and post it and sold them all out. because she was so aligned in that energy. Now, what I want you to take away from this is what you are doing is you are becoming an energetic match through your thoughts and your energy. Right. And this is actually the fastest way to create a manifestation or allow it to come to life is allowing yourself to be an energetic match to the thing that you want to create. Right. So, for example, if you know that you want to, you want to be a 6-figure coach, but every single day you are telling yourself all of these thoughts that are rooted in scarcity, and you're opening your bank account and going, yep, this is just how my life is. There's just always something. There's always something to pay. I'm never going to make it to 6 figures. Right. And then your actions, they're not congruent either. Right. You aren't taking aligned action, and you're kind of waiting for something to happen, or you're waiting for the right time, or you're waiting for someone to tell you that it's the right time. But you have to make that decision on your own. So nothing is congruent, or maybe some things are, but some things aren't, right? So what you're doing through your intentional thoughts, and it starts with your thoughts, it starts with your energy. When you start there, then you shift your thinking, your mindset, your being into being an energetic match. You shift yourself into this way of showing up in your life, starting with your thoughts that help you become an energetic match. So, for example, the energetic match is vibrating at a certain frequency. The thing you want hitting 6 figures in your business, that's a certain frequency. It's the frequency of 6 figures, right? So, what you're doing when you are shifting your thoughts, when you're shifting your energy, when you are becoming an energetic match, you are essentially adjusting your frequency to become a match to 6 figures. So anything that doesn't align must go. And this starts with your beliefs and your thoughts, because they're so powerful. They shift your actions, your behavior, your emotions, everything that happens afterwards. It all starts with your beliefs and your energy. Where we want to start with taking action, where we want to start just going, do all the things that we have to accomplish, while we want to start there. And for a lot of us, we're told to start there. It's actually your beliefs and your energy where you want to start with, because that's what fuels your action. Or else you end up taking a bunch of action and you end up burning yourself out or feeling really unfulfilled, because it wasn't the action that created the result. It's the belief, right? You will end up burning yourself out if you just think that it's only actions that are fueling your results, right? And it's not just your actions. It is your beliefs, your thoughts, and your actions and your behaviors all put together. The pattern of that is what creates your wildest manifestations. That is what creates your wildest dreams, where it doesn't come down to just doing this and doing that. It comes to, what are you believing? What are you feeling? Right. And the reason I call it intentional thinking and not affirmations is because you're not just saying, without feeling, oh, I'm just going to have a great day today. I believe in myself. I'm powerful. Okay, I'm going to go and start my day. Right. It's not just a mantra, it's a belief. This is what you think about yourself. These are actual thoughts that you have. You're intentionally choosing to build belief. And I use the word build belief very specifically because it's something that takes time, right? Beliefs are not built overnight. Most of the time, they're gradual. You have to work on them, like going to the gym and working up to a specific weight. You got to work up to a specific belief. Like when I was on food stamps and I was starting to build what I wanted to be a 6-figure business, I wasn't even thinking 6 figures. I was just like, how can I make a couple $100s? right? I wasn't even thinking that far. And then eventually I did want to build a six-figure business. I thought it was possible and I thought that I could do it. And the more I took action, the more I saw that I could do it. And I was doing it. I was in the process of doing it, right? But in the beginning, six figures felt way too far for me. So I just started with the first couple $100 and then my first 1K and then my first 10K. And I just worked my way up from there. If I started with six figures, it would have been way too heavy a weight to pick up. So you want to make sure that your intentional thoughts are not too far away or too far down the line that it starts to freak you out and scare you. You want it to feel accessible and believable for you, right? So instead of starting with six figures, I started with a couple hundred. I started with 1K. That's what felt good to me at that time. Right? That's what felt good to me because that's what was accessible to me. That was like the weight that I could carry at the moment. So I want you to walk away from this episode really asking yourself, what are some current beliefs that you want to release from your business, from your offer, about your clients, about yourself, that just don't align with the way that you are growing your business and the way that you want to shift into this vision that you have? It takes having to release certain identities and certain ways of thinking in order to forge a new one, in order to create a new reality for yourself. And when you're saying them, you're not just repeating them like affirmations, like just saying the words. You are creating these intentional beliefs. And then you're asking yourself, how do I feel? How do I feel when I am saying this? How do I feel? How would I feel if this were to come into my life? If I'm working towards 10K, how would 10K feel? How would it feel to have an extra 10K in my life, in my business? Right? If you're manifesting a new client, maybe envision that DM saying, I'm in, I'm ready to pay you. How does that feel in your body when you read something like that? How does it feel in your body? Feel that now. Don't just say the thought or say the affirmation, I want to sign my next client. Okay, done. No, I want you to really pause and close your eyes and envision, how does this feel in your body? I am ready for my next client. My next client is finding me right now. I am signing a new client this week. How does it feel to do that this week? Just for a moment right now, I'm going to give you a couple seconds. How would it feel to sign a client this week? How would that feel in your body? Name some emotions. Pull up, Google the emotion wheel if you need help navigating your emotions. Sometimes I need that. And identify the emotions. Does it feel expansive? It feels joyful. It feels freeing. You feel confident. You feel playful, maybe. You feel respected. All those beautiful feelings. How does that feel in your body? I want you to spend time sitting with this inside your body. Not just saying it, all right, I'm done with my intentional thoughts. All right, I worked on it for the day, right? I want it to be an intentional moment that you give yourself where you're like, yeah, I'm really feeling into this right now. I am that person that signs clients because I create them from my thoughts and energy. Think about where you want to be in a year from now or at the end of the year when you're booking clients effortlessly and people are saying, yes, take my money. I want to work with you. How do you think about yourself? How do you think about your clients when that happens? How do you feel in your body? I want you to call in those feelings and thoughts right now. I want you to be an energetic match for it. So that way, when the manifestation is looking at you, when it's thinking of coming your way, it's oh, that's a match. Yep, let's go. It's a go. right? Rather than, oh, you're not working on your thoughts. Oh, you're thinking the opposite. Oh, you think that your clients don't invest in themselves. Oh, you're experiencing a bunch of self-hatred and you're talking really badly to yourself. You're not taking any action. That manifestation is going to be like, detour, deuces. See you later. That's not for me. That's not a match. Goodbye. Right? It's gonna hasta luego. It's not gonna want to spend time with you. It's not gonna want to be in your aura. You want to be an energetic match to your manifestations. You want to be an energetic match to your people, to the person that you want to become, right? That's what I want to leave you with today. What are your intentional thoughts? If it helps for accountability, message me, DM me, say, hey, these are the thoughts that I'm working on right now. And I'm sending this to you because I want to be held accountable, or I'm just sending them to you so that I can have them down on paper and so someone knows I'm working on them. I got you. Let's do it. And if you know you want to work together, the best way to work together right now is through Business Activation Academy. We're doing a pre-sale for the bundle right now for Business Activation Academy and the 6-week mini mind. So if you know you want to be coached by me, you know you want my eyes in your business, in your offer, your marketing, your sales for 6 weekly live calls and a private community, let's go. This is a mini mind for BAA students. So you can join the bundle. It is a discounted bundle to join both BAA and the mini mind together. And we start in May. And I am so excited. It's going to be so much fun. We already have some incredible students in there. And I cannot wait to coach you all. You're going to focus on 1 or 2 main intentions for the 6 weeks, and I'll point you to specific BAA lessons. I'm going to give you personalized feedback and homework, review your copy, your offer, your marketing, your sales. You're really going to up level in this mini mind, and I cannot wait to help you do that. All right. If you have any questions, you want to jump in, you want more details, DM me. I got you. I'll send you some voice notes. We'll see how we can create a good game plan for you. And the links that you need are in the show notes below as well, including my Instagram to message me. And I will talk to you all soon. If you know that you want to shift your intentional thoughts and you want to create clients, you know that you want to create a successful business and vision and legacy, let's work together. Let's do it your way. Let's create some magic. Let's go. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye.